Hey, what up, everybody? This y'all Shorty Rachel. I hope all y'all is having a blessed and humble day. I hope all y'all continue to have a blessed and humble day. It's early morning. I know a lot of people don't watch my channel like that, but hey, listen, let's talk about this real quick, y'all. So, I came across this article a couple weeks ago, right? And it drew my attention. It was funny as hell, right? But she has updated this lady, I think her name is, let me see. Sheena J. She's on TikTok. She's an official TikToker, right? It's crazy, right? How somebody could have the swag, right, to convince so many people that a story that they tell on social media could be so true. Even the news outlets. What's crazy is that this story that this lady said, this lady spoke on, this lady told the world, basically, right, went viral within hours. Funny part is that a lot of people knew she was a TikToker, others didn't. I'm just trying to figure out how in the world of social media, I mean, the news outlets didn't figure out on time that the lady was nothing more than just a TikToker, right? It goes as far as to where she loses her job, allegedly. And I'm gonna say allegedly because you know, I don't know this lady in person, but we're about to watch a couple of her videos, and I want y'all to leave y'all comments down below. Let us surely know what y'all think. You know, was she wrong? You know, did she get herself fired because of her story? Shout out to Johnny Blaze real quick. If he ever watches this live, you know he comes across this live because he was talking about this, about the rules, the basically what you gotta follow when you're working. There should you basically working for somebody else. So there's rules that you gotta follow. And once you break them contracts, like I think a lot of people need to like read their contracts, like know what they're getting into before they do certain things. Because this has been said time after time. I've said it before too. Like watch what you post on social media if you have a government job. Regardless of anything, you think you're safe today, but tomorrow, shoo. Let's take a look at these videos, yo. This is the skit. Well, this got edited, but I'm gonna show y'all this. This is a skit that went viral.
So y'all know I work at a school in the front office. We had a dad came in and wanted to check out his child. Okay. Then another dad walked in. He wants to check out his child as well. Okay, give us a minute. Got the child's name, and it was the same child's name, right? She was like, we got 2 kids in the school? Well, okay, let me pull it up. So she was like, this is the same child he just checked out. And so they both look at each other, and dad was like, why you checking my child out? Who are you? And he was like, who are you? What you mean? I'm her dad. And so me and the secretary looked at each other. I was like, I'll be back. Let me go get the principal right now. We need somebody to call the school officer. Like, what is really going on here? So the principal comes to the front, and she was like, what's going on? Well, I'm here to check out my daughter. I'm here to check out my daughter too. I don't even know who he is. And he's saying he here to check out my daughter. And so the principal's like, okay, let me get mom on the phone to come up here to, to see what's going on.
Whilst the principal was calming the dads down and trying to defuse the situation, Sheena called up the girl's mum to see what was going on.
So I get on the phone with mom, and I'm like, hey, this is, such and such, I'm calling because your daughter is fine, but we currently have 2 guys up here trying to check her out at the same time. And mom was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I don't know what you got going on, but these 2 men up here, and they saying they are the dad. They don't know each other, and they trying to check your baby out. So she started screaming and crying like, oh my God, he must have popped up or whatever. He doesn't know about him yet. And I was like, what you mean? I said, well, never mind all that. I think you might need to come up here to handle this situation because, it's getting crazy.
After explaining the situation to the mum, Sheena got off the phone to see what was happening and if anything had gotten resolved.
So at this point, okay, mom said, okay, I'm coming. She's like, I live right around the corner. So at this point, I went out and said, okay, mom is coming. The principal took the dads and they kind of separated them. They sat one in the principal office and then the other one in another office, you know, kind of separate them as we wait on mom to get there, right? Now, mind you, both dads are on the cars. It's not like it's a situation where, you know, nobody's on there. The dad part was left blank, but your emergency pickup people, they both were listed on there. So we checked IDs and they both were on there. So they both had a right to check the child out. But the question is, who was going to check the child out? Because both of them was saying they was checking her out and they was fussing with each other. Like, you ain't getting my daughter. I don't know you.
The situation keeps getting weirder and more crazy by the second. And Sheena's audience were desperate to find out what happened.
As a parent, what would your reaction be, though? As a parent.
But anyways, part 3, what happened was, okay, y'all won't believe this. Mom got to the school, right? And when she got to the school, you know, one of the daddies ran in the parking lot to her. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Why you didn't tell me? You know, we all ran out to school too, trying to see what's going on. Like, we never brought the little girl up there because, you know, it was too much commotion. We never called her up. So we ran out in the parking lot with them. Y'all, how about he hit her? He hit the mama. And she was like, that's why I never told you. That's why I never told you. But I was lying to both of y'all. I was telling both of y'all was the daddy. Y'all, all this time, this baby is 5. And this mama been telling both of these men that they were the daddy. And they never knew. They never ran into each other, anything. The little girl would go on trips to daddy house, this daddy house. Nobody never knew anything, y'all. This was crazy. But at the end of the day, police was there. One of the daddies got locked up. You know, mama went to the EMS. Grandma had to come get the child because then nobody couldn't get the child at that point. But it was a mess, y'all. It was a mess. So y'all know I work at a...
Alright, so y'all gotta admit that, yo, she is good at telling stories. I'm about to put up on the screen real quick. I'm doing this live like this. I don't feel like editing. Like, she's got a couple videos up that she updated that I didn't know about. So I didn't get a chance to speak on this story. So I'm up here. I'm gonna show y'all the videos and stuff. So this is her official page right here. Right? Now let's go down to where she talks about the story. Let me see. Y'all can't see. Let me share my screen. So if y'all come across this video, make sure y'all hit that like button and make sure y'all leave y'all comments down below. Let us Shorty know what y'all think. What would y'all do if y'all was parents, right? If as two like if you was a father, right, and you was to come up and pick up your daughter from school, and just to come and find out that another man is coming to pick up the same kid, talking about he's the daddy too. It's like, what the fuck was this bitch living a double life? Like, yo, I would be sitting here like my head as a man. But shit, listen, a lot of females do this shit. So let me see. So that's where the video where it says she got bodied. Where's the skit? Alright. Let's see. Alright, I had it all lined up and now this joint just got messed up. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go right back in here and do it like this. Alright, so I'm just stop sharing this one real quick and go this way. Let's share this here, then I'll share the update videos. So So which one? Alright. So this is her original video right here. Alright, so check out the original video without the edit.
Hey y'all, so I came to tell y'all story time of what happened Friday at work. So y'all know I work at a school in the front office. So y'all, right before dismissal, we had a dad came in and wanted to check out his child. Okay, that's normal. Okay, so we was like, okay, hold on a second, because the secretary wasn't right up there. She'll be here in a minute. Then another dad walks in. He wants to check out his child as well. Okay, give us a minute. So she came back. She got his the child's name. Told her the child name. Okay, she pulled it up, print out the slip, went ahead and asked the other dad his child name so he can pull out the slip. So she can print out the slip to call that child up, at the same time, just call everybody up. Got the child's name, and it was the same child's name, right? She was like, we got 2 kids in the school? Well, okay, let me pull it up. So she was like, this is the same child he just checked out. And so they both look at each other, and dad was like, why are you checking my child out? Who are you? And he was like, who are you? What you mean? I'm her dad. And so me and the secretary looked at each other. I was like, I'll be back. Let me go get the principal right now. Because, at this point, we need the principal. We need somebody to call the school officer. What is really going on here? So the principal comes to the front, and she was like, what's going on? Well, I'm here to check out my daughter. I'm here to check out my daughter, too. I don't even know who he is. And he's saying he here to check out my daughter. And so the principal's like, okay, let me get mom on the phone to come up here to, to see what's going on. So, I gets the card for the principal to go ahead and call mom up, right? To see what's really going on. Hey, y'all. So hey, y'all.
Alright, so I part 2 to that video. So I'm just going out straight to her page real quick so that we can see the give her, she's gonna give her reason on why, she got terminated from her job and much more.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Fair use allows limited use of copyrighted material without permission from the copyright holder for purposes such as criticism, parody, news reporting, research, and scholarships and teaching. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this video or any video, including the Writers for Life Brings You to Let's Talk About It podcast, do not reflects on the opinions of y'all Shorty, Racheal, and the members of the Writer for Life podcast. Everything we talk about is allegedly and is our opinion. Our videos are not recommended for minors. Everything we talk about and do is meant for educational purposes and also entertainment. Please keep in mind that the majority of our videos are for educational purposes only.
This world is crazy.
I would say shady.
Ironic, right? Nowadays, you can't trust no one. When you do, niggas be having their panties all in a bunch, thinking that they own one. Saying the things that you accomplished in life is theirs and that you owe them one.
Alright, y'all. So let's get to the video. There you go. Terminated over skid.
Yes. You read it right. So my job fired me over a skit. That's basically how it started. But they put the findings as something different. They don't want to say it's a skit because they can't they didn't find anything to prove that the characters, because that's what they are, characters, were real. So they made up another scenario of why they fired me. So make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel because I will be going live there. It won't be a video, it'll be a live talking about what happened. Again, go to my YouTube. You can click my bio. The YouTube button is right there. All you got to do is click on it and it takes you to my YouTube and subscribe. I mean, y'all love my stories. Y'all love me. So go ahead and subscribe to your girl YouTube channel. We are the Jacksons. Thank you. Because I know all y'all was going to be asking, I inserted the screenshot of the actual video. So y'all, it's pinned at the top of my page. So you can go look at that video, which all y'all seen it already anyways. But it was from this video.
All right, y'all. So she is gonna probably have her own YouTube from the sounds of it. So y'all can go check her out on the YouTube. Right there, she says that she got terminated over a skit. Right? Where's the other two videos? Here goes one.
Hello. Okay, so let's talk about it. So I was gonna do a live on the school firing me, but then I was like, no. I was on live and my people was like, you know what? No, make the video. I'm gonna make the video so nobody won't miss it. So yeah, so let's get into how this happened, y'all. So I was at work. Okay, mind you, I posted the story time of the incident that happened at the school October 1st. This was October 24th. October 24th, I got a call. I didn't get a call. Hold on, let me back up. Let me slow down. Let me take my time. So I was sitting at my desk at work and I was told to go to the county office, the board, because they needed to see me and go see this person, this certain person. They gave me the name to go see. Take your stuff, take all your stuff and go. I don't know what's going on, but just, go ahead and go. Okay. I already knew what it was about. Okay. Did I think it would come to that? No. And I'm going to tell you why. Because that story was so blown up, like police, dad punched mom and all that stuff. The school, the county, everybody would have been involved because they would have knew about what happened. So no, I didn't think it would go that far because they know it wasn't a real story. So anyways, I got my stuff and I went to the county office. And when I went in, I asked for the person who I needed to ask for, whatever. So as soon as I walk in, whatever, he was like, so we're going to go ahead, and he didn't even explain or anything first. This is the first thing he said. We're going to go ahead and put you on paid administration leave. Here is the terms. And he started reading all that. And I was like, wait, hold up. For what? Why I'm signing this? Well, we're putting you on paid leave because it was alleged that you released personal information online about a student. So that was a breach in the confidentiality, whatever. So I laughed. I was like, what? I kind of did like that because, y'all, I'm naturally like a, silly person. But that kind of threw me back. So I'm like, hold up. Now, y'all know this ain't a real story, right? This ain't no real, you're not going to find a student because these are characters. This is my content on my social media. That's personal. It's not related to school. That's what I do on my content. I tell.
Yes, she's right. It's not related to school. This is something that she does outside of school. But due to what she was talking about, they took it as it was related to school, and that she lied on the story, or that she knew something about something that happened in this. Listen, this could go so many ways. But moral of the story is, listen, you gotta watch what you post on social media when you're working for these government jobs. That's why I say I gotta give a shout out to Johnny Blaze too, because he spoke on a situation like this, especially I think it was about the Kyrie Irving. I don't even know how to say his name. The Kyrie situation, the football player, basketball player. I'm not sure what it is. I don't watch sports like that. But basically, right, he was talking about the contracts, the rights, the laws, the everything you gotta follow when you're working for another company, especially one for the government. People be like, "Oh, I work for the government and I do this and I do this." That's because they don't know about your social media in reality yet. But a lot of companies know about their workers' social media because they post it, they talk to each other, word goes around. I mean, listen, this could go with so basically. Listen, they was wrong for firing her, yes, because she did this off her time, like she did this on her time off, school hour times and stuff like that. But here's the thing: what does it say in her contract? She works for the school, she works for the government, right? So, like, is she allowed to talk about the schools? Is she allowed to post stuff like that? And I don't think she's allowed to talk about schools. But see, this is a story. She does stories, and her stories are actually kind of funny. Like y'all need to go check her out on TikTok. Her stories are funny. Her TikTok is Sheena 20 Sheena that underscore 202000. Right? She do got some funny stories, and she got some good stories. Um, but this story that she spoke on seemed so real to so many people to the point. I'm gonna get back to the screen real quick. That it even got to the news, and then when the news, I think she tried to tell them that it was a story and stuff like this, but they didn't want to believe it. They still wanted to go ahead with the story. So, listen, the news just want to go whatever's going to bring them views, whatever's going to bring them that money. Like fuck that. That's my opinion. I don't care what nobody says. Judge me if you want. But look, she actually went like almost every news outlet and article on Google everywhere, you know, took her story seriously. But it's a story on TikTok. So that's what she's known for, little skits and stuff like that. So why would somebody take that story serious unless she said it was a real story? Because she sat here and started it off with, this is story time. But this literally hit a lot of outlets. So I believe that the news should have did better research before they hit, they made this go, viral and stuff like that. Salute Nate the Great. Salute. Shout out to Nate the Great. Go check him out. He's got a whole channel, Nate the Great podcast. But like I was saying, like Shorty's known for doing skits on her TikTok and stuff like that. So why would somebody take it so seriously? I really don't know. Why the media didn't listen? I really don't know. But she literally got fired for this skit. Let me go to the next video. Okay, what just happened? How I got down here? Hold on 1 second. Like as y'all can see, like her whole TikTok ain't nothing but skits, little story times. All right, here we go. So I'll just show you all that. Let me see. I think this is part 2.
If this was a real story, y'all would know this at the board because it was blown up in my story. He said, well, because y'all been asking for part 2, so I'm back. I had to wait till I get home. But yeah, so I left off at the guy was saying it was alleged that I said information or whatever. So I was like, those are characters. This is not a real story. Like, if this was a real story, y'all would know about this at the board because it was blown up in my story. He said, well, because it was brought to us, like somebody reported it, we got to, still put you out on leave to investigate. So that's what it is, a paid investigation. I said, okay. I said, but you know what? This got to be somebody I work with.
And see, that's my thing. Everybody knows that her TikTok ain't nothing but story time. So why sit here and report it or like, listen, I'm saying this is all allegedly, you know, but this hit the news. The news was mad as shit when, like, if y'all go on Google and search this up, like, they was mad as shit.
Because I don't.
Her story wasn't true. But my thing is, when somebody's telling you that they're telling a story, that as the media, as the news outlet, y'all supposed to do y'all research. They got journalists and all this type of shit for them to get their research, but they don't care about that. They just want a story, something that's gonna pop off fast, something that's gonna go viral, and they want to be the first ones.
Post on social media where I'm gonna try to fast forward it. Anyways, so he called me the next day, y'all. He called me the next day. He was like, well, we're gonna go ahead and go along with the termination. And I was like, what? So you found a child? Because this wasn't real, so I know you didn't find a child. So what are you firing me for? Well, no, we didn't find a child. It wasn't a, you said it wasn't a real story. It wasn't a kid or anything like that. So he said, well, the handbook says, and he read everything that's in the handbook. I said, okay, but none of that you just read is what I've done. So again, why are you firing me? He said, well, then it was a video that you posted while you was at school. I said, okay, I recorded myself while I was at school. I said, we can record kids as long as the parents sign a permission form. So, like, there's nothing in the handbook saying we can't record at school. We can even record kids. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. It does say that. He said, but since you a paid content creator with TikTok, you can't post on your TikTok while you're at school. So you mean to tell me my seconds, 2-3 seconds video, 7 seconds video, I can't post it because I'm getting paid with TikTok on my break while I'm at work? I'm on my break, so I can't post a 7-second video on my page? Well, that's what we decide. We're gonna go ahead and along with the termination. We're gonna ask you to resign. Resign? Hold up. What I'm resigning for? This is not my choice. You just told me that you would.
Shit. Yeah. In her position, what would y'all do? I would quit. You're not gonna sit here and tell me I gotta resign for something I did that legally, I wasn't wrong for. It doesn't say nothing in the handbook. It doesn't say nothing in the contract. But I guess to them, they found something. To them, something must have, popped up that to them was wrong. But to me, in my own opinion, she wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong for posting it outside of school, maybe for recording the video inside of school, but see, it doesn't say that she wasn't allowed to pull her camera out and record. She's allowed to do that. So I don't know what their problem was. They're just trying to find, listen, all she did was make a story. She did a story time, speaking on, two fathers picking up their kid from school. Fist fight, they both got arrested, yada, yada, yada. News report got a hold of it. They wanted to take it serious. I guess, listen, let's keep going. Let's find out.
So yeah, I left off. They were asking me to resign, and I'm like, I'm not resigning. So anyways, got off the call with him and contacted a lawyer. They got a letter typed up or whatever for me to send to them. Sent the letter to them, didn't hear a response. And the letter was basically saying, because I felt like they saw me after they seen how big my video was and my platform. They was like, well, I see her as a liability, even though they're not the actual people that worked at the school I work. This is the board office, So they don't really know me personally. So they felt like maybe I'm a liability. And then this girl got connections to the media or whatever. Maybe she can post, tell them some stuff.
And she's on point. She is on point. On point. And I think they fucked up even more, in my opinion, by firing her. Because she does got a lot of viewers. Her videos did go viral. And on this video alone, she's got 577 likes. Does it show me here? Let's see, maybe if I go out the video. This video alone, she's got 11.9K views. This video alone. 11.9K views. So if she wanted to go through, any other type of social media like YouTube, where she has started now, she could actually start something with this. Was they wrong? Did they wrongfully accuse her? Because did they wrongfully fire her from her job? In my opinion, I think they did. Because if she did nothing against their contract, I think she could fight this back. And to her, it's not even about the money, I think. And listen, a whole lawsuit, maybe, I don't know about that. I'm not a lawyer, so let me, hold back. But to me, in my opinion, they wrongfully fired her. Because they read the whole law book in front of her. But let's keep listening to the story. Let's.
So yeah, I left off. They were asking me to resign, and I'm like, I'm not resigning. So, anyways, got off the call with him and contacted a lawyer. They got a letter typed up or whatever for me to send to them. Sent the letter to them. Didn't hear a response, and the letter was basically saying, because I felt like they saw me after they seen how big my video was and my platform.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I see somebody in the comments posted right here. There are actual teachers that post videos while at school, and some show students. So I don't believe you should have been fired. She shouldn't. Yes, I see a lot of teachers post videos in schools and stuff like that, and they don't get fired. All she did was that video that she did about the story time wasn't even in school. It was in her car, outside of school hours. So if nothing in her contract says that she cannot do stuff like this outside of her job, they wrongfully fired her. But let's keep going. I don't know.
They was like, well, I see her as a liability, even though they're not the actual people that worked at the school I work. This is the board, so they don't really know me personally. So they felt like maybe I'm a liability, and then this girl got connections to.
Yep, they might be like, oh, she's gonna get bigger, and this might get worse for us. Like, we don't want trouble. Like, just fire her anyways. What y'all hiding?
The media or whatever, maybe she could post, tell them some stuff about us or put us out there. I feel like that's what it was. They just didn't say that, but that's what it was. So they made up something, because nowhere in the handbook says anything about you can't be a content creator and work for the school. That's just like saying I can't have any other side hustles, knowing how little the school pays. For one, y'all, I'm not a teacher. My position was an aide. The aide is the front line of the school when it comes to anything concerning the kids or whatever. We don't get benefits or anything. We are paid the least in the school. Like I said in the comments to someone, my checks were $1,000 a month. A single person could not afford that. So that's why that job is never filled. Like, that job is always open, because nobody can pay their bills off of that. The only reason I stayed there that long, and the reason I was there, is because I have a man, a husband, that is a provider and supportive. So I, could stay at the school. And so I love the kids. I love the school schedule. And I told the guy that day, I would never, ever, how long I've been here, I would never post anything that was real or whatever. So I told him this the day he sent me off. But they still came back with their fake findings of me posting while I was at school. And I was like, well, this is not even in the handbook. Well, we're gonna go ahead with our decision. Okay then. So y'all just making up stuff. So that's what they actually fired me for, y'all. They said because I'm a paid content creator with TikTok and I can't post while I'm at work. I can't post for TikTok while I'm at work. Yeah, that's exactly what he told me out his mouth. And this comment, you are absolutely right. So many doors have opened up. When I tell y'all, like people sponsors, like all kind of stuff. I got a book that's coming out, so be on the lookout. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. They see her as a liability. They see her as a liability. Let's watch the next video. Well, this is the last video she posts right here. And this one has 11.1K views.
And that's exactly what I said. So I sent them the letter from the lawyer or whatever. I didn't hear from him. So I sent the same guy an email asking, did he receive my letter? He said, yes, I received your letter and I'm still waiting on the request that I asked you for was your resignation letter. What? So I said to him again, I am not resigning from my position. That is not my choice. You told me I was terminated. So I would like for someone to send me a separation letter, please. So they try to get you to resign because they don't want to pay you unemployment. Because they know if they fire me, okay, they're going to have to pay me unemployment and pay somebody in that position. They don't want to do that. So
she on point with a lot of shit, on here. Like, they found so many excuses to try to fire her, and she fought them back. They was like, nah, we gotta get this bitch out of here. We can't risk it. But here's my thing. Like, if something does happen in the school and she decides to put her phone out and record it, why not? Y'all don't have no cameras in these schools, in the rules, in none of these schools. Like, we don't see what's happening with these kids, how the fight starts, none of that. Like, we can see something when it happens, like in the hallway, because y'all got some cameras there. And not even. The majority of the stuff that we see is because somebody pulls out a cell phone and actually records the situation. So no, I want to stop. Listen, Shania, don't stop recording. Keep recording. Keep doing you. Keep doing your little story times and shit like that. Like, and don't re-sign back to this. Fuck up. Especially if you got somebody that can support you and provide for you, and then you got your little TikTok on the side. Like, fuck them. See, we need more teachers like this in the schools that care about our kids. But these schools don't want this. This is why I say that Will needs to be out of office. But listen, nobody wanna talk about that. Nobody's ready to talk about that.
So they was trying their hardest to get me to resign. I stood my ground and I did not because I didn't do anything wrong. You didn't even give me a valid reason of why you was firing me. What you said you fired me for was not even in the rules of the handbook. Y'all made something up. So why am I resigning again, sir? I'm not. And a lot of y'all was saying, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Don't be sorry for me. Y'all, this is...
What would y'all do? Would y'all let them fire you, or would y'all resign? Fire me. In my opinion, fire me. Shit, I don't got nothing to lose. Fire me. I didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't break the rules. I went by the contract. Fire me.
This has opened up doors for greater. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can know, okay, this is not the place for me. I don't need to be here. It's time to move. Which I was already saying that. I was talking to a few people about that already, but couldn't find the right time to. Sometimes God will just make it happen, so you won't even have to. Like I said, it's time to go. It's time to go. And on another thing, what I was saying in the other video, y'all, it was somebody I work with. Somebody who actually was asking me about the story time. Like, I seen it. Like, is this true? No, it's not true. You know, if this was true, you would know about it. You work here. You know, and this person kept asking me, y'all, like, kept asking.
Yo, that's how you know that you got haters. Like, on some real shit. This is how you know you got haters.
Asking me probably 4 or 5 times. Asked me. I think she probably was a little slow. But anyway, she kept asking me about it, and I was telling her, no, it's not true. I can't really say any more details on that because then it would if that person sees this video, she would know who told me. So I'm gonna just, leave it alone. But yeah, it was somebody who I worked with that called the county office, the board, and told them about the story or whatever that I told. Story, put up kids' personal information online. Yeah, and that's exactly
That's the problem. See, when they was doing this little investigation that they decided to do on this lady, the problem was that they couldn't come up
what
with
I.
nothing. They kept, coming up with excuses on trying to fire them. She knew her laws. She knew, her rights. She knew what the hell she was talking about, and that pissed them off even more. So here's my thing: what is it that y'all doing that y'all think that this lady is sit here and screw y'all over on? Like y'all see her as a liability. Y'all seen that just on story time. She could become so viral. Just imagine on posting the stuff that actually does happen in these schools. See, that's something that they're not allowed to talk about. What actually happens in these schools. That's why I say that a lot of parents need to start standing up for their kids and their rights. But you know what? A lot of them ain't gonna do it. A lot of them, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this world. Either they're too scared. I don't know what. But listen, me as a parent, I would stand up for my child. You got me fucked up. And shout out to this teacher. Shout out to all the teachers that are just like her. Like we need more teachers like this. But you know what? These teachers are underpaid. And if a lot of us parents make a stand, enough of us parents make a stand and speak up on what we want the changes to be, it will get done. But see, not enough of us make a stand. I've made mine. So next time, this y'all Shorty Rachael. I hope all of y'all have a blessed and humble day. I hope all of y'all continue to have a blessed and humble morning. Let us Shorty know what y'all think. Was they wrong for firing her? Like I told y'all, in my opinion, I think they was because she didn't break no rules. And if y'all don't believe me, look up the handbooks for the schools and stuff like that. Y'all can go look it up yourselves. As long as parent give consent, sign a form and give consent for the picture for the kids to get photography for the kids to have pictures taken in schools and videos and stuff like that. Yes, she can pull out her phone and make a video and post it. That's on y'all. That's how y'all made it. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. Shit, if something happens, I would want somebody to pull their phone out and record the situation. So next time, like I said, hope all of y'all have a blessed and humble day.